What? So the whole time traveling thing was just a ruse put on by the guests at the reception?
Looks like it. I knew there had to be some kind of trick to it.
Wow, 2 wedding receptions. Can you imagine? I wonder how much that must have cost them.
I have no idea. But if you have to ask, you're not rich enough to want to know. Still, if you've got the money, it's a pretty good way to cover things up, if you ask me.
You got that right. I'm sure I would have been completely fooled. Hi, I'm back.
Hey, Maya. Are you all set to go?
Yep, ready when you are. So, what should we start with?
We'll start with reviewing what we learned at the trial. What Ellen thought was just time travel was really just a performance put on by the Sprockets. But other than that, it seems what Ellen told us was actually all true.
So what really matters right now is the identity of the mystery person Ellen said she saw while she was being attacked. So who is this mystery person?
They're a mystery person for a reason. We don't know, Athena.
I mean, if we knew the answer, they wouldn't be.
Yeah, we wouldn't be calling them a mystery person if we knew who they were. Even though it's 100% Pierce.
Yep.
That's $1 million question, I'm afraid. But if we want to clear Ellen of any suspicion, then figuring out who they are is key.
I think I'll take toilets for $200 instead, Mr. Wright.
Well, at least there are only so many people in that airship that night. And we know who the mastermind of the whole cover-up plot was, so that's good.
You mean the groom, Soren Sprocket, right?
Exactly. He might know something that could help us out.
So then, what am I doing here?
I'm a very busy man, you know. Well, all the other people involved are Soren's family members. So I thought I'd better start by interviewing you. Even if I probably shouldn't trust a word out of your mouth. Oh man. I have a really tight schedule, but oh heck, what are friends for, right? Okay, pal, go ahead and ask me anything. You do remember it was you who came to me for help in the first place, right?
It's the plant. It's Charlie. His branches are as handsome as ever.
Troy seems happy to see you too, Maya. His leaves are greener than usual today.
Well, he looks super healthy.
We always make sure he's watered and well cared for. And by we,
he...
I mean Athena and Trucy.
Isn't Charlie fake? Wasn't that the whole joke?
I don't think so. Pretty sure Charlie's real. His actual plant. I want to go over exactly what happened when before I stepped out of the office again. Since you were there, Larry, do you think you could help me get it all straight in my head? Huh. If I gotta. Okay, so the first reception was held at 7 p.m. on the day of the incident.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you tried to crash, right? Huh? Oh yeah, that's right. Then they locked me up in a cabin. It was awful, I tell ya. Too bad we're not here to focus on you, Larry. And then the incident occurred after this reception at around 10 p.m. Ellen was attacked in the reception hall by Gloomsbury. He forced her out into the Vista deck and was just about to kill her.
Mm-hmm.
We need to figure out what his motive is. But Ellie fought back and ended up killing old Gloomsbury instead. To cover it up, the family quickly threw together a second reception. That's why Eddie is claiming anyway. But I know my Ellie didn't do it. The key point here is the mystery person Ellen said she saw to strike Gloomsbury, just before she passed out. Did you see anybody suspicious skulking around that day? Nope, not a soul. Because I was locked up in a cabin at the time. But you managed to escape and back into the reception hall. That's when you switched the lantern in the event hall with the lantern in the hold, right? Did you see anybody then? Nope, the place was completely deserted. Guess it was because that Piers Butler guy had everybody gathered together somewhere. Makes sense. Must have been going over the cover-up plan with them. So clearly the murder had already happened by the time Larry got out. They must have gotten everything ready fast and had that second reception soon after that. And after the second reception, Ellie went to clean up in the reception hall. And as luck would have it, that's when she found the body in the lantern I'd brought up. Tried to do something nice for Ellie out of the goodness of my heart, and then this happened. We still don't know exactly what happened during the actual murder itself. We'll just have to look into it, along with the identity of that mystery person. So while the murder was taking place, you were locked up in a cabin. Did you see anything unusual while you were in there? In a cabin? Let's see. Well, there was that pterodactyl I saw flying through the sky. That's pretty unusual. Alright. The drawing of that pterodactyl you saw. What's this all the air quotes? I really did see it, I swear. But Larry, the time travel thing never actually happened. Which means you couldn't have seen a real pterodactyl flying through the sky. Oh. Were you down in the eye of a super popular picture book author? No, I'm just sure you saw something else and mistook it for a flying reptile. Nick, you're making me doubt my own eyes. Now I'm not even sure what I saw. Either way, you have no idea what actually happened at the real scene of the murder. That's right. I can say that with every confidence. Wow, would you look at the time? I better go. I have a book signing to get to. Book signing? Whose book? Who do you think? Mine, of course. It's the Louise Stoneham book signing. I bet you went around begging a bunch of bookstores to let you do one. Of course not. They were the ones coming around to beg me. Looks like I guessed right. Anyway, I have to go. I'll send you 10 copies of my new book that just got released the other day, alright? 10? It's very generous of you. What are you talking about? I'm gonna send a bill too, of course. Larry, you can't do that. Just put him down as an office expense or something. We'll see ya. Woo! Gone.
Larry. This is my only word.
Wait, Larry. We don't need... Ugh, he's gone. Phoenix, you're a lawyer. You know you don't have to pay if you didn't order it, right?
I'll take a copy, boss. Oh, and make sure it's signed.
Oh, boy. Trucy's not going to like this office expense.
There goes our first lead. What do you want to tackle next, Nick?
Right. We should really hit the streets now, huh? How about we go see Ellen?
Sounds good, boss. I bet I can cheer her up.
I thought you were going to help Trucy with her magic show again today, Cena. Weren't you supposed to go meet her right about now? Trucy said she was going to practice her new trick on you, if I recall.
On me? Really?
Trucy's show is an important source of income for our agency, you know. You can leave the case to us, so go ahead and run along now. No! Let us use her, Phoenix. Don't...
But boss...
Off you go, Athena.
No, I don't want to die.
We better get going too, Maya.
Okay. my poor sweet Soren. I wonder how he's getting along without me. I forgot the voice I did for her. I need to go.
Hello, Ellen.
Apologies for the voice change. Oh, Mr. Wright, what's gonna happen to my child? Do you think? Am I off from what I was doing?
Yes, 100% that is not the
Can
voice.
you can you 5 seconds show me a clip of what she sounded like? So I can
How about
go
you
back?
pull it up yourself? You're the one that forgot your own voice.
One eternity later.
Oh, Mr. Wright, what's gonna happen with the child? Do you think?
Well, first and foremost, we have to hurry up and find this mystery person you saw just before you passed out.
Do you think that person could be the real killer?
It's quite possible. And if we can prove that, we can clear you of all charges. Actually, would you happen to know where Soren is right now?
He's usually busy with meetings all afternoon, but he should be home by evening. Who's wearing that? That's my question.
I mean, they're probably Soren's. Like just how she's holding them up all glittery eyed. It's like, oh boy. I think I'd better go have a chat with him later then. Why am I being treated to view of someone's underwear?
Mr. Wright, don't tell me. You suspect my sweet Soren?
Well, he's clearly involved in the cover-up, so... Well, he is the one who masterminded the second reception after the time skip. So I thought he might be able to tell us something.
How could you, Mr. Wright? You can't possibly think my Soren would never kill anyone. Okay.
All right, just calm down.
No, not if you're accusing my Soren.
Please, I'm not accusing anybody. So put the pan and ladle down, all right?
Really?
Cross my heart. So for now, would you mind if I ask you a few more things about the case? Better be careful not to provoke her. Could you tell me about Soren?
There's nothing to tell. He's squeaky clean.
Alright, okay. Maybe we should avoid the topic of Soren right now. Let's talk about something else then.
Fine, but you won't hear to peep out of me about Soren.
Talk about pulling teeth. Could you tell me about Pierce and Cody then?
Pierce. He came to Sprocket Manor about a year ago. Interesting.
It doesn't say when she died.
Show me Pierce's face for a second. I gotta see this. I don't know. Doesn't look very feminine.
The face structure is similar.
2 years older as well. He is older.
Older. People have lied about their age. We know that.
As the family butler, he's now in charge of everything in the household.
Only a year ago? Did he have some kind of special connection with the family?
I'm just a maid, so I'm not privy to such things, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it's highly suspect that he just rose to that position over a year. That seems weird. It might have been Soren's order, but Pierce is the one who coordinated the whole thing. He's the one who really orchestrated the grand time travel farce. Must have quite a bit of authority in that family. No matter how good he is at his job, how could anybody gain that much influence in a single year?
I really don't know. I mean, he is an excellent butler. Wouldn't that explain it?
Is it really as simple as that? Highly doubt this is Ace Attorney. There's always meaning to everything. What you saw was time travel was really just a cover-up carried out by your in-laws. Pierce said Soren was the one who ordered the whole thing.
I still can't believe it. Even if the second reception was fake. Soren would never use time travel for something like that. He's very serious about his time machine research, you know?
What if... Okay, think about it. What if the person that attacked Mr. Gloomsbury first was Soren? He did it to defend his wife, and, like, they put him in there, and then he woke up again. He wasn't actually dead, and then Pierce delivered the fatal blow.
Can you look at the autopsy report really quick?
Cerebral hemorrhaging from a strong blow to the head. One contusion was found on the back of the head and one on the side. The blows were caused by the same weapon.
Same weapon.
We know what the weapon is. It's this.
Yeah. I was piecing up a theory that he fell and then fell onto the sign. Is that too weird?
I don't know what you mean, but whatever.
Like, let's say he fell headfirst into the sign or something like that, and it was Soren was the one who accidentally killed him, and Pierce is covering for it. Because it was windy that day, right? So maybe he stopped him from pushing her off, saved her, but inadvertently pushed him off.
You mean push him off the blimp?
Yeah.
I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, that's what.
Because this would mention bruises from a fall.
Yeah. The one thing I'm thinking of is why the sign? Why is it busted?
Yeah,
the sign is nowhere near the blimp. He's very serious about his time machine research, you know?
I heard there's a reason he's researching time machines, actually. Something about something he wishes would change. But isn't the whole idea of time traveling back in time itself a little fantastic?
I don't think so. After all, Soren said real time travelers do exist.
Really now? You think he knows someone who has actually traveled through time?
That's right. I haven't seen it personally, but Soren said as much. So I believe it.
Someone who actually traveled through time, huh? It's pretty hard to believe. Thank you, Ellen.
You're going out to do your investigation now, aren't you?
Yes, that's right.
Please make sure you don't cause Soren any trouble, okay?
Hate to break it to you, girl. It's gonna happen. I'm afraid I can't promise you that.
What? You lost her. Please, whatever you do, please don't upset my poor Soren any further. I'm begging you.
I'll do my best to not cause him any unnecessary trouble.
Oh, I couldn't bear it if Soren ever came under suspicion. I'd rather be found guilty myself. Way.
Yikes. Ellen, please. Don't work yourself up like this. You don't want Soren to worry, do you?
No, you're right.
The floodwaters recede once more.
So, what do we do now, Nick?
Well, on-site sorter is usually meeting until the evening, so say their house call until then. Why don't we go to the mooring dock and figure out our next move from there?
Roger, Nick. By the sign.
So where should we start?
Let's see. Are there any places we haven't examined yet? We already investigated the reception hall and Sprocket Manor.
I know. We haven't looked at the Vista deck or the hold yet.
Hey, you're right. We still got some pretty important places left to examine, don't we? The Vista deck is the actual scene of the murder, right?
And the lantern was the body and it was stored in the hold. I think there's a good chance we'll find some important clues in those locations.
Do we know how to get to the hold?
Good question. I think it was labeled in a diagram of the airship in the pamphlet. There's also an elevator up to the Vista deck directly from the hold as well.
Yep. There it is.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go.
So we got the 2 cows there.
All right, let's see. What do we see here? So we got that machine over there. A little setup with the cart. There's a cake back there. The cow's back there. Don't see anything directly that sticks out unless we're able to like tilt the camera around.
Yeah.
So this is the hold. This is where Pierce orchestrated the whole cover-up operation. Better go over this place. It's a fine-tooth comb.
Hey, Nick. Weren't we supposed to need a key card to get in here?
They probably unlocked it, Maya, because the police need it for the investigation. Huh? You're right. I wonder why it was unlocked.
How's it going, Mr. Wright?
That's Emma. Emma, what are you doing here? Phoenix, seriously? Sometimes I question if Phoenix is actually smart. Like, Emma, what are you doing here? What else would she be doing here? This is a crime scene!
It's a case of right place, right time, then. Just a little independent investigating for my own sake. Gotta keep the mind sharp.
Ah, so the door security system was turned off for the police investigation. Thank you for coming to that realization, Phoenix. We'd like to investigate the hold ourselves. Would that be all right?
Yeah, sure. The police are just finished their examination anyway.
Thanks. Let's take a quick look around then.
Oh, right. You should know that the floor doubles as a huge lift. Oh, shit, really? You could use that lever way back there to raise it up to the Vista deck. The police inspected it already, but it didn't find anything of particular interest, it seems. If you go up to the Vista deck with the lift, be careful not to fall off.
Got it. Thanks.
That goes double for you, Maya. Yes, ma'am.
Well, let's get this show on the road. Well, let's look at the flowers.
These are the flowers we saw in Larry's photo.
Petals make them look good. Good. The petals make them look like little gears. Perfect flower for the Sprocket family, huh? Maybe they're going to shower the couple with these petals.
You mean kind of like how people throw rice or confetti?
Yeah, like that. Only these were found at the scene of the murder instead. These must be the dishes and glasses they used for the reception. Very fancy. Bet we'd be big trouble if we broke any of them.
Ooh, I want to see Nick.
You, young lady, need to stay far, far away from them.
Nick. You think I'm gonna break him, don't you?
Yep. Let's just say your rap sheet for breaking things doesn't help your case. So this is the airship's engine. It's pretty impressive.
And it's all rhythmic. Like a heartbeat. It's the literal heart of the flying chapel. Look at all those huge gears spinning around and around and around and around and around. Oh, I think I'm starting to get dizzy.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, there's something there. On the ground in the middle.
You mean that rope that leads to the bell?
There's a big black shadowy thingy. Whatever the hell that is.
Oh, that? Hmm. Oh, it's the shadow from the helicopter above. Or the bicopter.
Interesting, okay.
So there are two male peggable lanterns in the reception hall. That must mean these two are the female Pegacal lanterns.
Larry got their sexes mixed up when he replaced one in the reception hall, huh? Didn't he see the horns? The difference is pretty glaring, if you ask me.
And yet he managed not to notice. That's what makes Larry Larry. Larry being Larry is why I've seen more than my fair share of trouble for a lifetime.
Oh, Mr. Wright. You know that lantern the victim was found in inside the reception hall? I'm just about to go place it back together so the police can examine it.
Ooh. That's good. That might create a contradiction of how, like, you put it back together and something's not gonna fit.
Yep. There could be two cows.
Oh, okay. Stop by for a look once you're done fixing it.
Nothing on the cake.
What's that? A wedding bell?
According to the pamphlet, it's used on the Vista deck during the wedding ceremony to bless the newlyweds.
Guess they dismantled and stored it away here in the hold when it's not being used.
Oh, it's a cake, Nick, a cake. It's so big they wouldn't miss one little piece, would they?
If you're in the mood for a mouthful of styrofoam, sure, knock yourself out.
You mean it's not real? Well, it sure fooled me. I was so ready to have some and I was really craving cake now.
Here's where your cake went.
Come on, Nick, let's go get some.
Maybe after the trial's over. Oh?
Ooh, is that blood?
Huh? It looks like there are some fingerprints on this candelabra.
Yeah, I just got done dusting that. I was able to pull up a set of left-hand prints.
Do you know whose prints they are?
Yes. The prints belong to the victim, Dumas Gloomsbury. Victim's lefty. No, I guess that makes sense, though, if he's holding something in his right. He's using his right hand to guide himself, he would use the left to passively hold.
Look at the hand, it's bloody.
Yep.
That's his left hand.
Makes sense.
Like, I still think, yeah, just because of the blood in his hand, I'm pretty sure he was still alive after the first hit.
Yeah. Nick, I just figured out something amazing.
You did.
Get this, if the fingerprints on the candelabra were from his left hand, then Mr. Doom and Gloom must have been left-handed. What do you think of that? Do I have the makings of a great detective, or what?
You're real silly Sally if you thought that deduction was in any way encyclopedic.
Hey, you're pretty good, Maya. I looked into it myself, and sure enough, the victim really was left-handed. Really, I got it right? Awesome.
Good for you, Maya.
Good for you, that's all you gotta say?
I think you did a really great job, Maya. Way to go. Guess one can never have too much info.
Now you're talking.
But come to think of it, it wasn't in Larry's picture.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's interesting. Candelabra isn't in the photo took of the hold, is it?
That picture was taken when they were getting ready for the first reception, right? The candelabra must have been brought in here sometime after that then.
Candelabra?
Candelabra.
Candelabra?
Candelabra. I like candelabra.
It's still possible it has something to do with the incident, though. Better add it to the evidence file, just in case.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Wright. You can have this fingerprint powder if you'd like.
Ooh. You're giving this to us?
Sure. I have 4 other sets.
Thanks. There's something more to... I feel like there's something more to that candelabra, but I can't put my finger on it. Does that mean we can investigate it? No? Alright, anything else?
There was a little glimmer or something, but...
I think it was a plane.
Oh, look, Nick, it's an airplane.
Wonder if Sorton built that one, too.
Hey, why don't we take it for a spin? Just a quick tour around the neighborhood.
No. And who do you propose is going to pilot that wooden death trap?
Me, of course. Who else?
We'd like to live, Maya.
Don't worry, I've seen people fly airplanes on TV plenty of times.
I think I'll pass. Still got my whole life ahead of me. It doesn't look like anything's over here. Oh, we got the lift thing. I thought I hit that. Oh, look, there's a lever to the lift Emma told us about.
Let's try going up on it. I'll go flip the switch. Here goes nothing.
Wait, I'm not even on it yet.
Fuck. Hey, you do it.
Hey, Maya, stop the lift.
Whoops, sorry. I got a little carried away.
Never mind that. Move over a little.
Okay.
Is that blood?
Blood, let me see.
Did Emma not move the lift and see this? Could it be Mr. Gloomsbury's blood?
Well, this lift goes up to the Vista deck where the murder took place, so... I think that's the most logical conclusion.
But I thought the victim was clubbed to death and that there wasn't much blood. Something tells me I better take a picture of this. Should ask Emma about it some more later. Hiya, can you bring the lift back down?
You got it. I'll go flip the switch again. There. Would have been a good time to check if anything was under it. Done.
I want to find out some more about that bloodstain. For now, I guess we should go up to the Vista deck. Take a good look around the actual crime scene for ourselves. I think this was the crime scene. I don't think the Vista deck's the crime scene. I think it's this.
Yeah. The problem is there are 2 points of contention here, right? The lift on the floor, where it is right here, and then the lift on the top, right? So theoretically, this could be all the way on the top, and blood could have seeped through on the top of the Vista deck.
True.
And then it could have happened down here, and it would have seeped down here. Only problem is Larry took a photo before the murder happened, and we don't see the candlestick until now. Like, we have nothing.
Imagine we just saw a
Noted.
speck of red in this.
I'd say we were both blind if we didn't see it.
Well, just like a little speck of red would be.
This might be like a good time to have luminol testing, right? Because, yeah, blood would have to seep down quite a bit for that. Okay. The view must be great from up here. I bet it'll be awesome.
You mean it would be if it wasn't the scene of a murder?
Okay, to the Vista deck we go. Make sure you actually get on the lift this time, Nick.
I know, I know.
Okay, I'll flip the switch again, and away we go. So now we're up here. Wow, look at that gorgeous view.
So this is where Ellen was attacked, and Mr. Bloomsbury was killed. Sheesh, one wrong step and it's kersplat on the ground below.
Should we go investigate the stuff that's a little closer to the edge?
Well, I don't see much of anything over there. Police investigation didn't turn up any clues either, so maybe we don't need to.
Oh, I get it. You're scared, aren't you, Nick?
Oh, of course not! Come on, let's go back down and finish checking out the hold.
Weird we didn't get time to investigate.
So we're just not investigating up there. There we go.
Yep.
Any progress with your investigation?
Nothing conclusive yet, I'm afraid. Almost everybody was involved with the cover-up. So it's hard to know who or what to believe.
I know what you mean.
Unless you have some sort of compelling evidence, I'm afraid you're going to be a tough trial for you.
You're telling me. There isn't much time left, so I've just got to make do and see what I can turn up. Always sleepy, Pokegirl. Always sleepy. Emma, can we check out this candelabra a little more?
A little more? What do you... Oops.
What happened?
I almost dropped the candelabra, and the candle slipped off.
Well, let's be careful with that. Might be important evidence.
It's missing a piece. Wait a minute.
Now what?
One of the pins that holds the candles is broken.
What?
There's definitely something fishy about this candelabra.
There is?
Candelabra.
What makes you say that?
Call it forensic investigators' intuition. We already tested this for prints earlier. So let's test it with luminol this time.
Knowing Emma, she'd use every test she has at the same time if she could.
Just hang on, this will only take a second.
Hope this turns up a new lead somehow. Well, Emma, did you find anything?
Take a look at this, Mr. Wright.
What's all this blood doing on there? So the real murder weapon's this. So this is the murder weapon, not the timekeeper.
Yeah. Maybe somebody got hurt while they were setting up for the reception. These pins are pretty sharp. But if
what if one of the pins is broken? It means there was some sort of force involved. Do you think maybe somebody got stabbed?
What? Nobody reported anything like that.
It's quite a bit of blood. I wonder whose it is. If I have anything that might shed some light on that, I probably should show it to Emma. Emma, about this bloodstain, doesn't something about it strike you as odd?
What's so odd about the victim's blood?
It's not exactly... There's just something about it that bothers me.
Now that you mention it, I can't say I necessarily disagree with you.
Maybe I should talk about this some more with her. About this bloodstain.
What about it?
Something about it that's been bothering me.
Oh yeah? What's that?
There's a huge bloodstain on the crime scene lift, and the bloodstain candelabra. It's my only guess, but I'm thinking these two bloodstains are from the same source.
Same source.
I'm thinking maybe these two bloodstains are from the same source.
I guess that is a possibility.
Can we compare the two bloodstains? Would that take a lot of time?
Are you kidding? Don't underestimate the power of science. It'll be done in a jiffy.
And they're going to come back as the same, or if they come back as different, one of them's going to belong to like Piers or Soren.
And the results are in. That didn't take long now, did it? Huh. It seems that the blood from the lift and the candelabra are from the same person.
Well, the victim was clubbed to death, and there wasn't all that much blood. But if this isn't Mr. Bloomsbury's blood, well, this is just a guess, but what if Mr. Bloomsbury stabbed somebody with a candelabra pin? That would explain both the huge blood stain on the lift and the blood on the candelabra. Who would have gotten stabbed then?
The only person in and out of the hold was Pierce.
It would have
the
to
bride.
be Piers, right?
Yeah, Pierce must have been poked somewhere. It's not Larry. Oh my goodness, if that's true, then that means there was somebody else present at the scene of the murder.
Does, doesn't it? Just might substantiate Ellen's statement about a third person. Emma, could you have this blood analyzed?
Sure thing.
A mysterious blood stain on a candelabra with the victim's prints on it. This just might be the thing to back up Ellen's memory of seeing a third person. Next up, the reception hall. Might be worth taking another look around in there.
The reception hall, the forensics team is in there investigating right now.
Oh, they are?
Well, we don't have time to just sit around, so let's go check out something else.
Good idea. Go question some people. Especially Soren. Quite a few questions for that guy.
Sounds good, Nick. Off to do some legwork, man.
Yep. So we head to Soren's house for starters.
He was accompanying the police on their investigation here earlier, but he's probably home by now.
Great. Thanks. Later, Emma.